on Citizen FM, and that's how we are here today again to do another interesting show. Are you ready? I am. I'm always ready for the show. I always look forward to 5 p.m. and I know that you do too. But I always encourage you to stay with us on Citizen FM, like from sunrise. Do you know how much sense it will make right now if you've been following us from sunrise to sunset? From sunrise to sunset. It's nothing like it, man. But I know that maybe you had to do one or two things, but I just hope that you had your dialogue. Like he was stuck on this Citizen FM 93.7. So, what do we have today on the show? As usual, if this is your first time joining us, here is to you. Let's even make it louder, right? Let's make it louder. That's the first time listeners, people who may have never listened before. Where have you been though? What's been happening? How has it been that you've never listened to me? How? But it's okay. We don't used to punish people. We won't tell you to kneel down, close your eyes and hands up and all of those. No, it's okay. It's just great. Perfect timing that you're here now. And if you have been listening to us before, I love you. Loads. Plenty this is specifically for people who listen every single day and contribute and always find a way to have fun with me. Love you loads. Okay, so on the show between now and 5:30, I'll be bringing you up to speed with what's interesting about this day, 17th of May. Well, for 2023, of course, it'll have to be international days today. Those are things that we're marking, and I love the cruise ones of them. I really don't like all those very serious suit and tie ones. Nah, not like I don't like them, but I'm more comfortable with the less serious ones. I think that's a better way to put it. And yes, we'll also be looking at today in history across the world. I'm sentimental when it comes to African information, so yes, you will be coming with me on that journey. Did you know that it was on this day in 1978 that South African police closed the investigation into the death of Steve Biko? If you listen to me on this station every day on Super Citizen at Sunset, Mondays to Thursdays, you would have heard about Stevie Biko. You would have known his story by now. You would have understood the Soweto uprising of 1973, and you would have, in fact, once I say Stevie Biko, you would have just clicked. That's why you should be joining me, so that you'll be knowing new things every day. That's if you don't know him already. So Stevie Biko is one of the people who fought against what's it called now? Exterminating Xhosa and Zulu language in South Africa. He said he couldn't say. So this was a story. They just sat down one day. Government just sent letters out and said, the Xhosa language and Zulu in South Africa will no longer be acceptable in schools. They will not teach students in those languages anymore. And the only language that will be acceptable would be Afrikaans. So there was an uprising. Like, no, that's not okay. That's not okay at all. In fact, I'll look for that song and play for you. The entire story is captured on, what's the song now? Soweto Blues by, what's this lady? Miriam Makeba, originally written by Hugh Masakela. And she did the song. Don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. Stay with me, okay? So it was on this day. Before this, we get to this day. Stevie Biko was one of those people that, raised his voice very loud and said, hey, we cannot see that. And even after the uprising, he fought very well. And then apartheid was eventually abolished in South Africa, thankfully. So, but he did not die a natural death. He was killed. He was only 30 years old when he got shot. He was like, poof, and they just finished him, just removed him from the face of the earth. So police investigations, opened naturally, so because it was a case of murder. So they had to ask questions. What exactly happened? But people were, arraigned. 2 people particularly, they were arraigned, but they didn't find anything on them, like legit. Stain on these people and say yes, they really, really did do it. Some people attested verbally and said, hey, they were the people who killed Stevie Biko, but that was all they had, just their word. So the police had to free them, and they said they didn't kill him and all of that. So it was on this day in 1978 that case was officially closed. Esther Franks, she's a physician, and she was actually the first ophthalmic. This is always a tongue twister for me, so I'll take it again. She was the first ophthalmic ophthalmic surgeon. Are there words that are tongue twisters for you? Like, you know them, or it's just that something always happens to your throat or wherever it is these sounds come out from. So, for instance, I remember somebody had a problem with participate. And she would always say participate, for whatever. It was always a thing for her. So now this word here just did that to me again, and I'm like, bullseye! Her name is Faith. So anytime I have any word that just goes in my mouth, I remember Faith. Anyway, so Esther Franks, who was the first female ophthalmic surgeon to practice in South Africa, was born on this day in Zurich. Okay, so there was a whites-only referendum in SWA that gave support to black majority, and that happened on this day in history. Okay, so let's from Africa now, let's go to other parts of the world. What else happened in other parts? School segregation was outlawed on this day by U.S. Supreme Court, 1954. That was the year. And guess who? It was the lawyer Thurgood Marshall who scored a landmark victory as the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously ruled in Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka that racial segregation in public schools was unconstitutional. Do you know how much of a victory that was for the black folks at the time? Massachusetts, it became the first U.S. state to legalize same-sex marriage. As it began issuing marriage licenses to gay couple. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that was in 2004, by the way. Just to mention it. It's not everybody likes that conversation, but of course it's something that is happening, so we can't always shy away from it. Anyway, just to mention that. In 1939, the first televised sporting event in the United States, it was a collegiate baseball game between Princeton and Columbia. It aired on NBC on this day. Okay. Have you seen The Wonderful Wizard of Oz? The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Anyway, if you remember, Frank Baum's, he was the writer. Well, it was first published on this day in 1900, and it became a classic of children's literature. It was in 1930. There was a film adaptation of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I think that's what even made it more popular. I didn't say made it popular. Yes, in comparison to what it was, it made it more popular. That's the adaptation in 1939. The original book was published in 1900. So it's among the most beloved movies in American cinema, according to statistics available. 5:15. What do we have? What are we marking today? Do you like walnuts? There's a reason why I asked that question. I'm not sure that I am one of the very strong lovers of walnuts. I'll pass. But then it is Walnut Day. That I don't like it does not mean that they are less good. I mean, they are amazing. They are great for your heart. They're great for your brain. They're great for your bones. And you can incorporate them into several meals. I wanted to say any meal, but I mean, legit, you cannot possibly eat walnut with egusi. Well, some people do, I don't know. But yeah, you can incorporate them in a lot of meals. So it's Walnut Day today. Employee Health and Fitness Day. Yeah, there's a thing like that. And a lot of employers of labor should take that into cognizance. There is a thing called Employee Health and Fitness Day. So on this day, employees and employers are reminded of the necessity and the advantages of regular exercise. I have a friend who has a shop in one of these malls in town, and we were having a conversation earlier, and I'm like, wait, today is actually Employee Health and Fitness Day. What are you doing for your members of staff? It's a very small company, of course, like just a business. I think like 5 members of staff that she has under her, and she goes, they climb stairs every day now. It's not because they have to access my office that they have to climb the stairs. That's a lot of exercise. That's a lot of fitness already. I'm exposing them to fitness, and I'm like, in your mind you have done well, right? Okay, but yes, I cannot argue that. Yes, they have to climb stairs, and yes, taking the staircase is really good for your heart, according to what I've heard. Where are you listening to me from? If your name is Linda, which means beautiful, by the way, this is the day we celebrate you. It is Linda Day. So this is a special dedication to every single person. Like you, if you're listening to me right now, your name is Linda. This is for you. To all the Lindas around. Woo! We love you. Turn your beauty inside out day. These are the kind of things I love. I promise. Like, I just love how it sounds. So you need to put an end to the media's self-esteem breakers. You need to put an end to this thing about how the media defines beauty to you. You're listening to me right now. You are just beautiful the way you are. Okay? So take it easy on yourself and be kind to yourself. Stop looking at yourself in the mirror every day and telling yourself, oh, if I had smaller eyes, or if I had thinner waist, or if I had bigger this, or smaller that, you are fine. Okay? So turn your beauty inside out. That's what today is about. Celebrate yourself, man. Okay, so let's get to more serious stuff. It is World Information Society Day. It is also World Hypertension Day. You know, you need to begin to familiarize yourself with how to prevent strokes or other diseases that are related to hypertension. Take care of your blood pressure. You need to check very often, okay? If I didn't do anything for you this year, just take that information for free. You need to check your blood pressure and do that very often. Pink Feet Day it is. Numeracy Day it is in the UK actually, not everywhere. Idaho Day. My God, what else am I missing? No, I'm not missing anything. So that'll be about it. Right. Well, there's some here. Okay, just to mention, Cherry Cobbler Day. Cherry Cobbler is a baked dessert. It has this rich cherry filling with a biscuit dough crust. If you ever had it before, you would know what I'm talking about. It's actually Cherry Cobbler Day. But I know it's not very popular in meals, so that's why I didn't mention it earlier. But now you know, Cherry Cobbler. If you have had it, or you've enjoyed it, or you like it, whatever it is, cheers to you. Okay, so let's take a break at this time. It's also Bike to School Day, but I mean, people should be returning now, not going to, so they have started though. My messages have started coming in. Be calming down, people. Be calming down. So it says, I'm Linda. I'm listening to you live from Apo. Oh, Linda, how you doing? Good to know that you're listening, Jerry. Why did you call me though? You could call on that number that you just sent a WhatsApp message to. And someone sent me a message which day was telling me that when I say I prefer WhatsApp messages, of course I'll get more WhatsApp messages than I do calls. Hey, or whichever one rocks your boat. Like really, if you're comfortable with sending me messages, I am here. I'm going to take any one of them. I just prefer. It doesn't mean I won't take your calls. I would definitely take your calls. The numbers again. Okay, we're taking a break, right? Okay, and you can send a WhatsApp message pending when I come back, okay? 0818-2222-205. That's one of the numbers you can send a WhatsApp message to. I think that's the number. Yeah, that's the number you can send a WhatsApp message to, and one of the numbers you can call, okay, when I throw the phone lines open to begin to take calls. Okay, stay with me. Citizen FM 93.7. It is Super Citizen at Sunset, and I am Didi.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Citizen at Sunset on Citizen FM 93.7.
I bet it crossed your mind. Stay connected to the Super Citizen Show as we enjoy a great radio experience on 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja. It's the full package.
Abuja, let's talk about it on our favorite radio station. Talk to us on 93.7 Citizen FM. Abuja, let's talk about it on our favorite radio station. Talk to us on 93.7 Citizen FM. Abuja, let's talk about it on our favorite radio station. Talk to us on on 93.7 Citizen FM.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.